All right, everybody, welcome back for episode 7 of Talkin Beyond. I'm Marlene.
I'm Blake.
I'm Leo.
Leo, welcome back. Thanks for joining us today. So,
You're
today's
welcome.
episode is about Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. What did you guys think of that movie going into it?
Let's let Leo go first.
I thought it was pretty good, dude. You saw my tweet that I thought it was like it's in my top 3 MCU movies. So
Oh
I think
yeah,
it's pretty good.
I saw the tweet. I saw the tweet.
Yeah, your little sly response, huh?
Blake.
I wouldn't say top three for me. I would say top five though. I'd overall gave it like a 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed the movie. Um, we'll go more into depth obviously throughout the stream, but how'd you feel about it, Marlene?
Oh no, like for me, like watching the movie, even though, well, for legal reasons, I won't say how I watched the movie, but watching the movie, it was actually decent quality. But no, this was top three like experiences I've had watching a Marvel movie. Like, there's only like maybe two other movies I had as much fun watching this movie as. Now, I had issues with other stuff, but as far as watching the movie, like it was enjoyable from start to finish. As far as like what I saw on screen, but that's yeah. But for me, I gave it an 8.5 out of 10.
So you still really liked it,
No,
but you
no.
had a little bit more issues than us.
Yeah, no, I know. I fucking enjoyed this movie. Like, I was sitting here the whole time just loving everything I saw on screen. Now,
Mm.
now when I get into the implications and actually what happened, it's a little different. But visually, like, I fucking had a blast watching this. Like, I did not have problems with the way it was shot, the way it was directed. Like, I loved it. It would do like this movie. We have not seen a Marvel movie like this before. Like, whether it was color grading or just certain effects or certain things that and how it was shot was so different than any other movie we've seen in the MCU.
Percent like there's never been a Marvel movie shot like this.
Nope.
I'm really glad that Marvel has been giving like directors a little bit of more like free reign. Um, I know with like Eternals and shit, sure it wasn't the best movie,
Mm,
but it did not look like the rest of the MCU,
no, it
and you can
didn't.
definitely
Yeah.
tell that it was like a differently directed movie. And then now with Multiverse of Madness with it, this had Sam Raimi all over it with his like directorial style and his all of his signature stuff that he puts in all of his movies was all over this movie, and it was just color graded completely different. It was awesome.
Well, yeah, some of those POV shots, that's like it's just classic Raimi, right? So
I will say one of the things that I had a complaint about Moon Knight was some of the CGI looks like uncanny. And I
Yeah,
would say like in this movie they definitely like fix it up because I will say even for like Spider-Man and stuff, there was some stuff in there I was like,
well, they
that's
literally
kind of weird.
yeah.
But like you got to give them credit. Like they did a lot of this work from home probably during the
Yeah,
pandemic. So
yeah. Well,
I
I
gotta
mean,
give
yeah.
them it. But this movie hardly had any issues with like looking like uncanny valley in terms of the CGI.
Well, yeah, my only it was just a very beginning like action scene with I forget what the name of it is. The gargantuan, what is it, the octopus thing?
Santos.
Yeah, that. There was just one part with Wong where I was kind of like, that looked funky.
Oh, where he got like thrown against the car.
Yeah, yeah, it was a little funky. I
Yeah,
was
that
like,
was a little funky. It's just like weird physics.
yeah, yeah. But no, other than that, I was like, dude, like they really like spent a lot of time making this movie just look fantastic. And as far as moving forward with this review, like every minute of this movie is essentially a spoiler. So spoiler alert as we get into like the story part of it. Cause like
Yeah,
there's so much shit that happens. Like I can't even like even that part right there with the Wong thing. I can't even say
it's
like one part of this and it not be a spoiler.
it's almost impossible to talk about this movie without talking about spoilers.
Yeah.
So one, two, three. John Krasinski is Reed Richards in
Yes,
the
he is.
movie, and he's going to be fucking Mr. Fantastic. So
And I was fucking wet. But I also was like, I knew I got well. We reread report. We saw a million different rumors about this thing, so I was prepared for the worst. And I was like, even when it happened, I was like, oh god, she's so fucking like this. Just when even when Black Bolt like does his thing, I was like, dude, they really just showed that. Like that,
yeah, for real, this
they pushed
this
the
movie is
boundary as much as they could with PG
100% the
13.
most violent MCU movie out there.
Most violent PG
Um,
13 movie. Like what?
yeah, for real, they really pushed like the R rating, or it pushed the PG-13
Yeah.
rating into almost an R. Like when with the Black Bolt thing,
Oh
um,
god, yeah.
insane sequence where Yeah, Scarlet Witch basically kills the whole when she does
Just
kill the
fucking
whole
murders them
Illuminati.
all.
Black Bolt, he's like, oh, Reed Richards, John Krasinski says,
He's like,
I will, or Black Bolt can kill you with one whisper or whatever from his mouth. And she
she's
goes,
like,
what mouth?
what mouth?
And his fucking, the mouth is gone.
Bro,
And
he freaks out and just goes, woo, just
yeah,
dies.
and he goes, and his fucking head explodes.
Dude.
What about Captain Carter getting Darth Mauled with her own shield?
So that is the one part where I'm like, it's very, most of the movie, I'm like, okay, you couldn't even tell it's PG-13. That part, I'm like, if that wasn't PG-13, bro, oh my God, I would have just fucking.
Just see her fucking go.
Yeah, when she gets Darth Maul, but that's the one part where you're just like PG-13 because it just happens and then she just falls over. Like it's like that part.
You do see her. There's a wide shot later on in that scene. You do see her legs split on the ground.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's very
You
quick.
see her top.
Oh, separated. Okay.
Legs fall another way.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like super quick.
But it's like
yeah.
super like blurred out.
There's blood on the shield though too, so I guess there is that.
Yeah, there is quite a bit of blood on the shield, and then also like when fucking Black Bolt's head like implodes,
You get like
it like flattens on the back,
Yeah,
and then
it's
his
gross.
eyes bleed and his nose bleeds.
And then even
Like-
John Krasinski, if you watch him when he like goes apart, it like his head like just blows up, and you can see like a red mist and everything as it happens.
Yeah, I was concerned at first because I know we were what was it, the Gargantus or whatever his name was when he chopped off one of the tentacles. I was like, is this how it's all gonna look? But no, they I thought it was just like for the trailer where they weren't showing blood, but no,
the first like 10 minutes of the movie, it was kind of like I don't know how this was gonna go. But literally as the movie progressed and just went forward, I started liking it more and more and more. And then dude, like when he got when he got taken by the Illuminati, like my fucking heart like started like pounding, and I was like, oh my God, like is it gonna fucking happen? Like who's gonna be the Illuminati? Like my fucking heart was pounding.
So here's the story behind that. Blake and I were on Twitter and we saw a leaked image that we couldn't confirm if it was real or not, but it looked pretty real. And it was the shot of Wanda, and it shows like John Krasinski, Black Bolt, Captain Marvel, and Captain Carter. And I was like, oh shit, this looks pretty real, but instantly like went away from it. And then Blake saw the same thing. So immediately when I saw the Illuminati and who it was, I just looked at him. I was like, it was real.
Yeah.
So we kind of got that ruined for us. But I was still hyped when I actually saw it on screen.
Yeah. So there is the excuse for some people where they're like, oh well, the Peter Parkers were different actors. I was like, well, technically they're different ages. So you could argue like, oh, he would look differently over the ages. But then you go to Loki, right? And you have different variants of Lokis that are legitimately played by different people or even different genders. I really, really hope, especially with John Watts stepping out of the directing role for Fantastic Four, that we get another directed and acted by John Krasinski film, because he's heavily rumored to be the director now, or be in talks to be the director. Like if you don't make him Reed Richards moving forward, I would fucking be mad. Because like,
no, 100% he's gonna be Reed Richards, bro. There's no way Marvel's gonna do this like that. I'm pretty sure. I mean, they're all variants, so this is just that variant getting killed off, and then down the line they're gonna have Reed Richards from Earth 616 get introduced and stuff.
Oh well, 100%. It should be in
Can we talk about that line though? What Wanda says to him was fucking gangster as shit.
Oh, bro. Hey, do you have a wife?
Yeah, she's like, is your wife still alive?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's good because somebody's still gonna be able to take care of your kids.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck?
when she said, I was like, oh, he dead. He did.
Yeah.
Does not. Nope. He did.
No, dude,
that also, but however that scene or that what happens during that scene kind of left me. I was like, y'all could have acted a little better, like with the person who plays Maria Rambo, where like their leader, like the smartest person in their fucking universe, was just fucking brutally just detangled and his head popped, and she just kind of gives this little look like, oh, we gotta fuck up. Like, I was like,
I think
bro, they were just
that's
brutally murdered. Like,
I think that's just her character though. She's hella cocky. Like Strange warned her, like, you're not gonna be able to kill her. Like she's gonna
yeah.
murder you guys, and they didn't listen. And she's like, "Oh, we can take care of your little witch."
I was
And
like, yeah. I was like,
she's just
it
cocky.
could,
So I
yeah, it
think
could
that's
have been it,
the
but
character
yeah.
that she has is that she's very cocky, and she thought that she could handle Wanda, and then she just gets whooped, and she has a whole statue dropped on her,
Well,
basically.
yeah. I mean, I also think in that sequence, she like halfway almost like has her powers taken too, because like as
So
you,
that's what happens.
yeah,
Wanda
yeah, like,
drains her powers from her,
yeah,
and then drops the statue
yeah,
on her and
yeah,
kills her.
just kills her. And with Captain Carter, but I just there was like I was like, damn, they don't like, do they not give a fuck about each other? Because that's the only part that kind of took me out of that scene. I was like, they were just like you're ace in the hole. They were just brutally murdered. And then like I thought it was funny like how Captain Carter says, oh, I could do this all day. I was like, and then immediately gets cut in half. I was like, oh my god. But I think that it goes back to like, I think because they collectively like took down Thanos and like, by the way, his fucking corpse. I was like, oh shit. He's just
that seemed like badass. Where you get to see like their version of the Titan
yeah,
battle.
and it's just
That
him
was
just fucking impaled. So I was like, that's what it was. I mean, technically, our version of it could have went similarly, but for the story to happen,
Yeah, for fucking Star-Lord to fuck up.
Well, that was the whole thing about Infinity War, is that in Infinity War, technically the Avengers weren't together. Everyone was disbanded, and that's why they failed.
Oh,
It's
no,
only when they come together in Endgame
yeah,
that
no,
they actually win.
You want to know why they failed? Because they
Why?
didn't have Hawkeye.
That's true.
Hey, Loki had Hawkeye. He was winning. He didn't have Hawkeye. He lost. Every other story. Hey, Captain America side won Civil War. Had Hawkeye. Like what?
Hawkeye's the G.
Hawkeye is the fucking G. Fucking Ronin. Well, yeah. Back to the beginning. Yeah, there is at points in this movie, it did feel a little disjointed as far as like some of the pacing. It's supposed to just be like fucking wild shit, right? But there was a part, and it was like between Act 1 and Act 2, where I was kind of like, okay, well, what are they going for here? And then it just ramped up, and I thought, okay, this is the pacing we're going to. But there were certain parts of the movie, and I've seen other reviews kind of touch on it too, where I'm like, fuck, I really wish we would have just like stayed with this a little bit more. I really hope this is how they handle Miss Marvel, because I loved America Chavez. Like, I loved her character. Like, I hope that's how they handle this youthful.
I really, really liked America.
Yeah.
So I hope that's how they handle Miss Marvel, because then I can get over the little face she makes.
No, Miss Marvel's gonna fucking blow.
Leo, yeah, I didn't get to ask you about this because you weren't here. Like, how they handled like America Chavez. Do you think they're capable of doing that with Miss Marvel?
I mean, I think they could have done it, but from what we've seen,
You don't
they
think
didn't.
yeah. You don't think that? You don't
Miss
think it's
Marvel
possible?
is a show made for like kids and like preteens. It's not meant to be for us. I don't even think it's gonna really connect to the greater MCU. I mean, probably in the last episode they'll have like Captain Marvel cameo in it,
Yeah.
and that'll be the main connection to the MCU. But the show as a whole is made for kids and young adults. It's not like Moon Knight where it's more adult. So I'm not expecting to even really watch Miss Marvel unless I hear something
Is
that's
gonna
like
be in it, yeah.
tying into the greater MCU. But I don't think it is. I think it's just introducing her as a character, and then she's gonna show up in the Young Avengers movie they're gonna make, or Young Avengers show in the future.
Well, if she's gonna show up in the Marvels movie.
Yeah, the Marvels, which got pushed back, and Ant-Man got pushed up. Thank God.
They
So
switched.
yeah, so I'm happy they switched, but that's probably because I saw that the post credit scene where it shows, what is her name, Clea, Dormammu's niece, where supposedly the thing to the right of the screen behind the flap was supposed to be King, kind of turning and looking towards them.
Behind the what?
You know how like she cuts a tear into the yeah. It's you're supposed to have like seeing like that was supposed to be like
I didn't see that. All I saw was like the dark dimension.
yeah, like to the
where
right of the
numbers-
flap, it looks like someone's turning to look at them. But I think that's the one thing I had too. Like the final scene with the third eye opening, and then the cut to that scene. I was like, wait, so you have him just walking out the building twice?
Yeah,
It felt a
So
little weird.
that was kind of weird with me too.
I was
That
like,
they showed they ended it with him coming out of the building and walking, and then
and then
the
just did
end
it
credit
again.
scene was also him walking. Like it was a little
If they
weird.
would have just combined it and like the moment his eye opened, that's when she like yelled his name or like called his
Yeah.
name. That would have been interesting transition. But like, that was one of my only gripe.
Maybe like it was just like it cut to him, like still on the ground with his third eye
Yeah,
open, and then like that would have been cool.
and it
It
like,
was a
yeah,
little weird. I don't know, it wasn't that big of a deal because it's just an end credit scene. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
But
It's
yeah,
not like
it's
the
just,
main part of the movie, but
well, yeah, it's just supposed to set up for what comes next. And I was just like, that was just a weird transition. Like that was a weird like, I didn't really felt continuity there.
I feel like the second end credit scene was a waste. I really didn't. I mean, it was cool seeing Bruce Campbell,
Yeah,
but I feel like they should have put something towards like Thor or something towards the future.
I honestly really liked it.
I thought it was
I really liked
hilarious.
the second one because he just looked at the camera and said, "It's over."
Yeah,
and then it fucking ended.
I felt well because they've done it before to where it's like right as the title card hits, there's a credit scene, then there's a mid credit scene, and then there is like the after it's fucking oh Marvel blah blah blah, and it's just the last seconds, kind of like with Deadpool, right?
Like a dumb little one.
Yeah, like a Deadpool too, where it's like it's over, go home. What are you still doing here? Like the Ferris Bueller thing. But I felt like it was a waste.
Bozo. I'm just kidding.
No
Um,
frustration.
What's it called? But in like in Spider-Man Homecoming, where it's like Captain America, and he's like, we need to talk about disappointment or whatever.
Oh yeah, where it's like the where he's on the TV.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did feel like it was a little bit of waste. I was like, dude, like there's so much more that we were hinting at that we could have like.
That
cut-
was for the Sam Raimi fans.
I mean,
Because the
like,
evil
yeah,
same hand he's hitting himself with is
the one he chops off,
hand
right?
in Evil Dead 2 is yeah.
The
that's
idle
the
hand
same
shit, yeah,
punching himself.
yeah. So I was like, I get that part. I was just like, we could have did something, but I was telling Blake about this. I also was feeling like it could be the viewer's fault. You know, speaking to about myself about overhyping the implications of what this story was technically replicating from the comics. Obviously, it was a continuation from WandaVision, where it's like a loosely based off of House of M, and to where I was hoping and expecting, like, yes, we showed Professor Xavier, but we still didn't like mutant. You know, we didn't get any of that, or like the creation of them, or the possible like, you know, any kind of anything implying that creation. And now Wanda's gone. However, I still think, I don't know if you guys saw it, but when it all collapsed, there was that big flash of red. I don't know if that was just her destroying the Darkhold or something else could have possibly happened.
Yeah.
So when that happens, she already destroyed the Darkhold. That was her teleporting somewhere.
See, that's
Yeah,
what I'm
She
like.
signed on for like
7
7 years. Yeah.
Yeah,
She
so
signed on like last year, like a 7-year contract.
well, she has a solo
Honestly,
project coming out too. I think she. Well,
Yeah,
I'll let you
it's
guys think it. Yeah,
killed her, bro. I'm gonna be pissed.
dude, I'm like, especially that there is a new Vision that has the memories of the old Vision in there somewhere.
Yeah, no,
There's no
100%.
way.
No, she's not dead.
I honestly think like what would have been a fucking, what would have been super cool, like an actual good end credit scene, was that we see the 838 universe and it's Wanda with her kids, like that version of Wanda with her kids, and but you see her fingers are like black or something, and you realize she just took over that body again.
Yeah.
Like that would have been cool.
The thing is though, like this movie couldn't have done everything. Like there's so much expectations put on this movie for it to introduce the X-Men and for it to be this massive multiverse fucking like thing when this whole phase is going to be multiverse shit.
I didn't expect it to introduce anything. Like everyone's expecting, like, oh yeah, mutants are going to be in it. Tom Cruise is going to be superior. I didn't expect any of that because I don't expect this to be the movie. And also, too, the way mutants are going to be brought into the MCU is going to be from the radiation of the 3 snaps in Infinity War and Endgame. It's not going to be how it is in the comics. Like that's how they're going to bring mutants into the MCU. At least that's what I think. So I think to retweak into, I don't think it's done either. I don't think her story is done. So that's why
I think she's somehow teleported or
this whole thing. So like this movie is setting up all these multiverse movies are setting up the Secret Wars thing.
Oh yes,
so
100%.
There's gonna be Secret Wars. There's gonna be like a whole multiverse war.
Which I think that
And
what the incursion might be is now you have like the secret war is like getting set up.
yeah, so now there's going to be mutants in that secret war. There's no fucking way there's not going to be. I mean, I'm not tripping because I know Kevin Feige knows what the fuck he's doing, basically. The mutants are going to get brought in, hopefully in a pretty natural way. I hope they don't make it another fucking boner joke like in WandaVision. But
well, also
like,
she could have still did again with that final flash with whether it was her transporting or one last spell or several spells. Like we still don't know like what the ramifications of the Darkhold being destroyed in every universe actually is going to cause.
well, yeah, and all this shit. So I was kind of under the impression that like going into Multiverse of Madness, it was gonna save or like fix a lot of this shit in the multiverse, but it made everything so much worse. Like
Yeah.
the multiverse is fucked right now, and
Yeah.
there's no way that shit isn't gonna be kept getting bled over. So we're gonna see more X-Men characters.
Yeah, and
Guarantee we're gonna get a couple of them in the normal MCU, and they're gonna stay. And cause some fucking incursion or something, and it's gonna lead to more Secret War shit.
yeah, and so
So
I think that's the other part too, where it's like the incursion part and like what causes it or what's the causation and what actually like happens if they stay too long, because we've seen in other stuff, right, where they'll go through different universes or they can exist in that universe as long as it doesn't cause different issues, or there's also the timeline bullshit. But like for me it's like, okay, well, I wish there was a little more like clarification on like that the rules of what incursion, how to prevent it or avoid it, because like it wasn't as clear as like his presence just being there was going to cause something. Or and this movie was kind of marketed as like, oh, I had to do what I had to do, or it was like, oh, Doctor Strange, you did all this shit in all your movies that you've been in, and now the consequences of that. But in reality it was just, hey, Wanda wants her kids, so fucking run.
yeah. Well, I don't know. I like the simple stories. I low key I like Mad Max Fury Road is one of my fucking favorite movies. And that shit is literally just a fucking 2 hour long car chase with no fucking story. Charlie Theron is also in that. Um, but
Hey,
it's just
at least
like
you
I
got
don't
her
know, not
back.
everything needs to have some insane story. Like this gave it an excuse to I mean it gave the movie an excuse to fucking go through all these different universes and shit. Like and it made America Chavez a character and explained to her that she is somebody that could jump from universe to universe. Um, and we're gonna be able to see that in the future. So it set up her as a character. It kind of fixed um Doctor Strange as a character, I guess, like because he had a lot of unanswered questions from the first Doctor Strange movie with Christine and Mordo and all that shit. Mordo still
Well,
fucking is up in the
I was
air. I
like,
don't know what's going on.
Mordo's not
But
even here, and
but with Christine, I don't know. That's fucking MCU in general, bro. They hella shit gets set up in end credit scenes, and it'll get paid off 10 fucking years in the future.
eventually, yeah. I
Guardians of the Galaxy fucking Volume 2 introduced fucking Adam Warlock, but that was like fucking 7 years ago or some shit.
Well,
Like,
also too, I think the incursion point, it isn't just because he came into their universe. He also brought America Chavez into their universe, who can travel multiverses into different universes, excuse me. And also Wanda is now dreamwalking in that same universe from the MCU. So there's enough stuff in the MCU to collide, or Earth 616 to collide with the 838 universe. It's not just because Strange showed up to warn them about Wanda coming. There's all this other stuff that happened to pull from the MCU universe into that 838 universe, and that's what started the incursion.
which makes me wonder what exactly else, if there's any precognition with America Chavez's powers, because technically, like she led them there and jumped them to that area, and everything ended up happening how it needed to happen. Which also makes me think, is a version of Kang involved with all of that. Very similar to how Loki, how where they were needed to go is because it was set up that way.
Yeah, all this shit was able to happen because of Kang's death. So Kang was that dude that was keeping everything in line, all those fucking multiverses from colliding into each other. And now that he's fucking gone in that universe, that Loki and what was her name? Sylvie killed him. Now it's just fucking chaos.
Well, because what would have happened is basically in No Way Home, when Doc Ock and Goblin and all them came over from the universe, the TVA would have just gone in there and pruned them before anything happened. Same thing in Multiverse of Madness when Strange went into, or when America Chavez went into the MCU, or was going through all these different universes. TVA would have just pruned her or dealt with it. But now that the TVA is under control of Kang or something like that, it's all in chaos right now. So there's no
which is like they're not actually
body
like
of the multiverse.
yeah, they're not actually like pruning anyone.
No.
Well, but also too the TVA not necessarily is controlling universes, but rather timelines.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So technically, like all this, because like now there's two ways to fuck things up. Is someone travels within their own timeline and causes issues, or like in one of the with the Supreme Strange, where he kept trying to reset his universe and break the absolute point, where like it caused that universe to start degrading, kind of like how you see the Sinister Strange's universe start to go under. But yeah, the incursion part, that's where I guess where it's not as direct, because you see America Chavez is now existing in Doctor Strange's universe and in 616. Now, is the incursion because of that, or is the incursion something else he did, which could have been the Dormammu thing, but like again, we don't really know what really causes incursion.
The movie definitely did not try to explain it too much.
They just like said it and they're like incursion.
Which I mean they'll set it up, and I'm sure
they'll explain
in future they'll explain it more.
Ant-Man.
But yeah, I mean it didn't explain too much of that, which
I think the incursion point also because John Krasinski says, like, you stay in this universe long enough, you leave a footprint. They were in that 838 universe for a minute. And also, I don't think in that 838 universe, all of them were supposed to die due to Wanda. I think that was just, they were all supposed to have different, like, endings. And Wanda kind of came in and fucked all that up. Mm-hmm. So that's why I think that's what the incursion point is that MCU Wanda killed all these 838 heroes. Also having Doctor Strange from the MCU and America Chavez from whatever universe she's from in that same universe, all happening at the same time, caused the incursion to happen. Mm-hmm. Because John Krasinski just goes, if you stay here long enough, you will leave a big enough footprint to cause our two universes to collide, basically.
Yeah, because they're
who knows?
Yeah,
they didn't actually.
They didn't really explain it. Yeah,
they'll say probably in Doctor Strange 3 what the actual point was.
Or it might. It could be even in the Ant-Man 3. It could be explained. Yeah.
Bruce Campbell wanted money for food, even though in that universe they didn't pay for food.
I know. I think it's so funny. He's like, no, what's it, Pizza Papa or Pizza Papa?
Pizza Papa with the pizza balls.
Can John Krasinski just live? Yeah, I can't stand to watch him die again. Yeah, Celeste just said, can John Krasinski just live? Yeah, I don't know. I had to watch him die twice already. So
it's just a variant. Like that's what happened. We saw it with Jordan, and he like freaked out and got all pissed off that John Krasinski died right away as he was introduced. He's a variant. That just means they're confirming that there's an MCU version of this character. Yeah, and basically they confirmed the casting of Mr. Fantastic.
There is no way you get him. But see, now do you get Emily Blunt to play?
Bro,
yeah.
Watch, we're gonna be pissed as fuck when it goes back to Earth 616 and it's fucking Miles Teller, fucking Reed Richards.
Well, Michael B. Jordan can't be it.
As Michael B. Jordan's fucking. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Michael B. Jordan actually wasn't that bad.
No, he wasn't a bad Johnny Storm.
So also the Thing wasn't that bad.
No, honestly, the casting in that movie wasn't that bad. It was just the movie fucking sucked.
Yeah.
Miles Teller.
I find him as an actor, but in that movie he sucks.
Yeah, he's good in everything, but yeah. Well, that's where I'm like, if anyone can fix it, it's
Miles Teller.
It's Miles Teller. It's John Krasinski.
Where's the original guy from? Who's the original guy from?
I don't remember his name.
I can't remember. I don't know how to say his name. He has actually like a weird name. Pull him up. As long as I don't have to see Jessica. Alba in anything ever again, I'm totally fine. We also can't have that that Human Torch either.
That'd be actually kind of sick.
Just have
If we had
Chris
a
Evans
Torch
come back.
Why'd you look up Mr. Fantastic Fox?
I don't know.
Oh, because the Fox.
Fox I looked at that, but I didn't think that was going to come up.
Oh yeah. Everyone at home, Fox. He said Fox. None of those weird fan films.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I
So
own
funny.
Grufford.
I don't think that's it. Wait, I think that's Dr.
No, that's him.
Is that him? Oh,
Yeah.
it is.
He was actually not that bad.
He wasn't that bad either.
No, he was actually a good casting.
Speaking of good casting, with the
Dude,
possibility
you know
of
who'd be
Doctor
a sick
Doom.
Grim?
Huh.
Fucking Hank from Breaking Bad.
Oh.
That'd be fucking badass.
He loved minerals in that shit.
I know.
He fucking loved the minerals. You gotta take me to the mineral show.
He's
What were you
like,
gonna say?
he's like, I'm Ben Grimm. And you can go fuck yourself.
You could go fuck yourself.
What were you gonna say, Marlon?
What was I saying? Oh yeah, Keanu Reeves, reportedly in some role in Marvel. If you had to fan cast him as anything, what would you think he'd be?
Ghost Rider.
No, I think Norman Reedus.
Yeah,
I
Norman-
picked Norman Reedus.
Yeah, Reedus
I
Fetus.
think Keanu would be a dope Ghost Rider though.
Keanu would be
What about like
dope.
Doctor Doom or something? Has he ever been in like a villain role?
I don't think so. Dude,
That'd be
I don't know.
different.
I'm so tired of fucking casting people like Marvel casting cool people
Well, we know
in
now.
fucking villain roles because they fucking are
They just
there
kill
for
him!
one movie and
They just kill him!
Yeah.
I was hoping.
I really hope they don't kill off Gore the God Killer.
Oh yeah, no, they. I also don't want. I
Who said, somebody in the movie though said that he's gonna be the best MCU villain. Somebody said
Taika
it.
Waititi said that it's the best
It was,
MCU.
yeah.
I think Keanu Reeves would be a good Silver Surfer.
Hmm.
Dude, Silver Surfer just whoa.
Don't fucking me. That's a good one. Okay, I thought long and hard about that one, Marlon.
But I was
think
like,
he'd be a
well, I think you just need him in something that's like long lasting. But like, again, I like you said, I don't like when they just get these cool ass actors and bring them in for like one fucking thing.
Silver Surfer would be long lasting. It set up the Galactus story.
Dude, I want him to play something crazy. Like
Oh
fucking-
yeah. Well, what if he's Doctor Doom?
I want him to play like MODOK. Like, so
Oh.
fucking-
I think what's his name? Jeffrey Dean Morgan would be a good Doctor Doom.
yeah, he would be a good
Oh
Doctor Doom.
shit, that'd be scary. Like we need.
That'd be sick.
This also
Yeah.
just confirms we need more horror type fucking Marvel shit. And I
Fucking
really
absolutely.
hope Blade is fucking something just
Especially
wild.
like the fucking Blade and like the cosmic shit, dude.
It needs
like,
to be
it's
rated
gonna be
R. It needs to be rated R. If Blade's not rated R, I'm gonna fucking lose my mind.
No, they already talked about Blade not being rated R.
Oh mother.
They already
Well, look
confirmed.
at what they did in this movie. They can push the boundaries of PG-13 to like. I honestly didn't think the kills were gonna be like when I knew she was gonna start fucking them up. I didn't think they were gonna be that violent. But once I saw Black Bolt's head just implode and the freaking brain come out of his nose, I was
Yeah, also fucking when she goes to Comatage.
Oh,
there's,
they get fucked up.
There's one dude like crawling on the ground and she like fucking melts him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no. And
Or
then when
the chick stabs the
soldier
fucking
stabs the
book.
and she gets all
Oh,
melted.
Oh, that's some drag me to hell shit. Some drag me to
PG-13.
hell. That's some drag me to hell shit.
Yeah. Drag Me to Hell is an underrated Sam Raimi movie, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't like
Did you
it.
catch the car that's in all of his movies in the
It's
Sinister
floating.
Strange place when he goes when they
Yeah.
come out of the same alleyway?
So
the
the-
Sinister
Oh, okay.
Strange mentioned the car his
The
car they put
Oldsmobile.
in all his is
Okay.
floating right there.
Oh, really?
The Oldsmobile, it's like the car Ash drives in Evil Dead.
Yeah.
But
I also like
I
the
don't know.
fatality he got. Just fucking yeet. That's the other thing too. I was like, was this Sinister one? He says like, oh, because he implied that he killed other strangers. Did he absorb them or did he just kill them?
oh,
I think he absorbed him because isn't it What If he has to absorb?
Well,
He
yeah.
kinda
Well,
absorbed-
that's a Supreme Strange. That is a different version of him. Like that dude.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Soul's still the same though.
Kinda. Yeah. Well, yeah. He wanted a Christine as well. Yeah, you're right. He wanted a Christine as well. I was surprised
Well-
that he at no point got the time stone back.
Well, my man gets in. Well, he couldn't though, because then it takes it from that reality. Like they set that up in Endgame.
Would
where
that
if you pull
cause?
it
Would that cause like
from
it to
that
like
reality,
That's
fucks it
true.
all up. You can't do that. But also
Mm.
too, back to the PG-13 thing. My man gets impaled on his own fence.
Yep.
It, like,
Dude!
sticks on him for a minute.
Yeah, and then the eye opens up.
Dope. That was pretty dope.
Hey, how did you guys react when they were just waiting for like the blast door to get fucking blown up, and then the bitch just electric slides into the fucking hallway?
Oh, I saw it coming, but I really liked, bro. If you would have watched it in the theater, you would have noticed like the audio in the theater was really fucking cool. With all the raindrops and shit, you hear it like around, and it's like doom 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 doom, like the raindrops everywhere, and then she slides in.
We saw it in IMAX, and you could hear
Yeah.
it kind of lingered on it a little bit too long, but it's super cool how
I
it
did
paid
think
off.
it took a little. I was like, all right,
But
this.
no, the way it paid off made it worth it for me. Like once it paid it off, I was
Yeah.
like, okay, that makes
Yeah, it was like it just kept transitioning to all of them, and then, but then America like screams, and I laughed for like a second, but I was like, yeah, that like genuinely like scared me. There's
Yeah.
some parts, or when
There's a couple of fucking gnarly ass jump scares.
R.I.P.
The one that
Professor X.
They get to the top of the temple, and she's like looking around with like the light or whatever, and like the fucking monster or whatever it's
yeah.
called. There's a fucking name for it. I forgot what it's
I
called,
don't know the
but,
name.
it's like fucking in the camera.
Yeah, and
like,
then just
scary.
pops up. Which I'm like,
Yeah.
they fucking baited us with that shot too, because it makes it look like, oh, Wanda's actually helping them fight, but they don't even fight them. They're like, oh, they're actually waiting for me. I'm that bitch.
Well, Marvel's the king of misdirect, so
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What was the other? Oh yeah, when Professor X, like that whole scene scared me. When she just pops up and just fucking snaps his neck.
and she's like in demon.
Yeah,
form,
and she
Yeah.
has like long nails and stuff.
like, sharp claws,
Yep.
the sharp nails, and just fucking.
Well, we already know
I feel
rock
like-
stars are gonna be upset with another non-Mephisto.
Dude, I don't think we're ever getting fucking Mephisto.
No.
Well,
This would have
no,
been the one.
So you know when America Chavez is finally like fighting her, and she opens up that portal,
To
and
hell.
she's about to send Wanda. That's
Oh.
hell. So I was hoping there would have been something there, but I didn't expect anything at that point. I've been baited too much.
Maybe like Doctor Strange 3 or something.
Yeah. With Nightmare or something. Like I don't know.
Nightmare, Mephisto.
Yeah, I also saw that coming where it's like, oh, her kids are gonna see her. Those kids are gonna see her for what she is, and she's not gonna want to. I was just like that. Like you said, like you like the simple story. I didn't want like something super convoluted. I was just expecting just something outside of that. And
I just think with like the multiverse shit, with all the different universes, if they had like a super complex story, it would have made the movie very messy.
It would have made it too confusing for the average viewer.
Yeah.
Because keep in mind, this movie has to be made for people who aren't really into the MCU too.
Yeah, it has to be made for like
It has to
the-
be made for people just to see it,
Yeah.
because I'm like technically the only like they had the sequence where they were like falling through all the multiverses until they landed into 838. But outside of that, most of this movie takes place in 616 and 838. And I was like, I'm like you said, there's reasons behind it. But I was like, fuck. I was just more of like, damn. When it's Multiverse of Madness, I was really expecting
The whole
just something.
phase is going to be in different universes.
Well, think about this. Imagine if they went to 5 different universes. You'd have to keep up with 5 different universes. Like, okay, which one is this? Which one is this? Which one is this? Which one is this?
And
I don't think the average viewer is gonna be
and
like,
then and
where the fuck are we?
yeah, and then they talk about incursions. I'm like,
Yeah.
wait, they fucking spend time in all these different fucking universes.
And now
They
they're
just
all
fucked up
dying.
all these universes.
I want to know more about the paint one. That's the one I want to know about. The paint one.
More what?
The paint one.
Oh, the paint
Oh, the
one.
paint
That
What
one was
about the
interesting.
animated one?
Yeah, what about the
That one
comic
was cool
That
too.
one
I was
great.
like, oh my gosh. But yeah, I just
Well,
wish.
what about
yeah,
the Spider-Man 2099 universe?
I didn't see that. I need to
Don't
see
even
it.
nice.
was it
there's
actually
a-
there? Are they even allowed to put that in there?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I was like, were they even allowed to put that in there?
Can you imagine how cool, like, if Venom or something was in the MCU and it was directed by fucking Sam Raimi? Like, how sick would that have been?
Well,
If it was
also,
like a legit solo movie of Venom.
so
but
does
directed
yeah by Sam Raimi. So does here's my other question: does Sony own the rights to Venom or the symbiotes in its entirety.
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
So I think they own the rights to Venom as a character,
But not
No,
they don't own the rights
symbiotes.
to symbiote. So I think they're working on a deal because the No Way Home post-credit scene shows that there's a symbiote stuck in the MCU that I think in Spider-Man 4 is eventually going to get to Tom Holland.
Yeah,
Now,
it's gonna happen.
I think they're working on a way because I think that's why he came into the MCU and he left the MCU so quickly. Was
It's
probably
just for the
because
symbiote, yeah.
was a deal to kind of have him in the MCU yet. So I think they're probably working on a deal, which will probably end in just Disney buying Sony at this point.
But so the Sony rights are Spider-Man and all of the characters that fall under Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So like Black Cat, like Kingpin,
Yeah.
like or not
Kraven the
Kingpin,
Hunter.
like Craven, Venom, like all of his villains, like Green Goblin
Fury.
and shit. Yeah, all those kind of characters.
Yeah, well, because
So,
what's it called?
I don't
Null.
know if- Not every symbiote is like a Spider-Man villain, right?
No, it's not.
I don't know.
I mean, technically,
I don't
the actual like king of like this the symbiote king or whatever. Like I was trying to look up his name again. His first appearance was actually in Thor: God of Thunder. And I know what's the character that he's playing? Christian Bale.
Gore.
Gore. I know his one of his like his main weapon or that sword has symbiotic
Well, that's
like
true.
properties.
His weapon or whatever
Yeah.
is made from symbiote.
Yeah.
It's 2 R's.
Yeah, I'm trying to look this shit up. Yeah, so I think that's kind of where it's gonna kind of tie into.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, the Godslayer. It's the all black, the Necro Sword or whatever.
It's like this.
It says alias is the
Yeah,
Godslayer. Yeah, the Godslayer. That's the weapon he's gonna wield, right? Is the God Killer?
Yeah, and then it's
Yeah, that's a symbiote like weapon.
and in the leaked pictures of like the toys. Let me see.
The proto symbiote, the Slicer of Worlds. Yeah, they have like all these different blades, all black. The Necroverse.
The toys has like
It has the sword.
it has a sword and like all down his arms and on like his fingertips, they're like all black.
Yeah, it says a symbiotic sword manifested from the living abyss by Null to kill gods.
Well, that's the next movie to come out, though.
Yeah, it
Which
comes
is
out in
Thor.
2 months.
Mm-hmm.
Destroyed by King Thor when he unleashed the full power of the god. But yeah, that's what I'm wondering. The God Butcher. All Black left him and bonded to a alien called Gore. Yep, the God Butcher. Literally, we're gonna like this is where like, yeah, it has to be. It's literally says right here. So we might see like actually get like the backstory or like the hive air like because it's a hive mind right across the multiverse technically with the symbiotes. And I think that's the only reason why like what's his face Eddie Brock even got brought to this universe is due to the fact that like the Venom symbiote whatever is hive mind across multiverses.
Yeah, so it knows about Peter Parker.
I mean, it was about Peter Parker, yeah.
And
Well-
also in Doctor Strange, you see that Doctor Strange does not know who Peter Parker is.
He doesn't Spider. He doesn't.
Yeah.
Know.
He kept saying Spider-Man, yeah.
He mentions the Spider-Man, yeah, but and he mentions not knowing about his powers and like he doesn't know who Peter Parker is.
Well, I could have sworn in one of the fucking trailers, didn't they say like I had to do what I had to do in New York or some shit? Or he says something about he references what happens in Spider-Man.
No, they still know. I mean, he still knows what happened, but
He just doesn't know Peter
know
Parker.
the shit with No Way Home is that they still know everything that happened basically, but they don't know why it happened, except like Zendaya, fucking, because they knew that they were there because of Peter Parker.
Yeah.
But he knew he was there because of
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Which is kind of cool because we might get a thing where eventually they're because kind of going back to House of M thing where eventually which it might be through Ned or some form of magic where their memories could be unlocked.
Yeah.
And we've seen that happen.
By the way, that's a gripe I have with No Way Home. is I rewatched the first Doctor Strange the other day, and it fucking takes him like 20 minutes to be able to like of training to be able to fucking open up a portal,
Uh-huh.
and then fucking Ned is like and it's fucking open.
He's
I
a
don't
he's a
know.
prodigy. Hey, his family's got magic. Remember they say that.
Yeah, I don't fucking care, but that little fucking bozo opens that shit up in 2 seconds.
He's just like,
I don't know. Well, in the original script, that's not how they were supposed to get brought in. I don't remember exactly how they were, but that scene was a part of the reshoots,
oh,
and that wasn't how they were originally supposed to get brought in.
I'm
I
curious
need to
as to
look
what
up
happened
how they
now.
were actually, but
Yeah. Well, as we close up this return episode, which again, hopefully our streams become more consistent now that we're all kind of settled in now and not sick anymore. Never mind. Uh, but so any final thoughts on the movie, Leo?
Yeah, it's still top 3 MCU for me. I think it sets up the future of the MCU very, very well, and also pays off on some things, I guess. But I think it's really, really good. It's the way the end credits are better be how the steelbook art is.
yeah,
Better be how the steelbook art is.
I
I
hope
think it's
so.
very good.
I hope so. Because if not, I'll be real upset. Um, Blake?
top 5 MCU movie. I would maybe put it right above like or right under No Way Home. Um, No Way Home's like my number 3 or number 4 or something like that. Um, but I don't know. It's really, really good. I really like how the MCU is finally letting directors kind of shine in like their own light and stuff.
Mm-hmm. For
With
better or worse.
Chloe Zhao and Sam Raimi now, and I really like how they just let him go balls to the wall. It's a dark ass movie. It's definitely a horror movie. There's fucking zombies. There's fucking demons.
Oh, we
There's
didn't get to
hell.
talk about that. Zombie
Yeah,
Strange.
we didn't talk about Zombie Strange. We also didn't talk about how Zombie Strange fucking had a demon cloak out of fucking
Yes.
Yeah,
demon. That shit was
Yes.
badass.
that was hard.
Dude, yeah,
Yeah,
that was
when that I was like,
sick.
oh shit. See that's one of the other part where I was like, fuck, I wanted more of this. So I know they're doing the animated thing. They're gonna have the Marvel zombies. I need a live action fucking Marvel zombie movie directed or at least written by Robert Kirkman, just like he did with Marvel Zombies before. Like I need that. I need it. I need it. Please go get it.
Definitely, but it is a very good fucking movie. If you guys haven't seen it, why are you watching this video? We just ruined the whole fucking movie for you. But anyways, go watch it. If you haven't
Watch it
watched it,
in theaters. Do not be like
yeah,
me. Watch it in theaters.
don't break the law like this guy. I'm gonna call the cops. Um, but
um,
it's like a 9 out of 10, 9.5, 9 around there. I didn't really have much issues with it. Really good movie. Go watch it.
yeah, 8.5. Just put that out there. No, no. I literally this is where it gets conflicting. I literally was top 3 movies I've ever seen in the MCU. Like that's how much I enjoyed watching it. But then when we get into the story part of it, I have my gripes with it. But like visually, this is one of the most pleasing movies to watch. And I wish I'm gonna watch it in theaters. But like, it probably was like a fucking spectacle and a half to see that in theater. And
It
I,
was.
It
yeah,
was, yeah.
I'm
The
glad
game.
I'm glad I wasted $70 and didn't get to fucking use any of the tickets. Um, but yeah, no, this like it is very enjoyable. I do hope they fix some of their marketing because like I need these next stuff to be better. But also every single project this goddamn phase has just been depressing as hell. It's just been
Yeah.
depressing. It's all about
All of them
depression
kind
and
of like
pain.
downers, yeah.
Yeah. Like there's parts where I'm just like, all right, that was really cool. But yeah, this has just been like painful to watch. Like and see people move on finally. Like I guess that is the one thing where I wish we would have got more of is Doctor Strange's story. But he did have the closure with
Yeah, he
Christine.
got to move on from
Yeah,
Christine.
that I was like, fuck, I wish we'd had more of that, but I
Yeah,
liked it.
that end kind of touched me where he's like, "I love you in every universe." I was like, "Damn."
But that's it for today's stream. I'm Marlene.